we've shown how to set up a plot. Now let's talk about how to set up your villain. So in my video, how to craft an intimidating villain, Commodus from Gladiator. So in this video, I talked about how you see the human aspect of him. You see this, like, how he's felt betrayed by his father, how it led him to kill his father. And all that leads into how he becomes this villain that is real intimidating and has power and has control and can do anything he wants. And you really feel the threat of every scene he's in because of that. So the first very opening scene is that of when you see the battle. The opening battle, and you see Maximus, and you see how good of a fighter he is, how good of a general he is. And you see how the Emperor is like, I really like this guy. He's really good. And that's when you lead into, then you see Commodus come in, and you see his high and mighty thing. He's coming after the battle is won. He's like, I am so great because I'm the son of the Emperor. And you see the relationship between him and Maximus, and you see how he kind of doesn't like Maximus because he can tell his father likes Maximus more than him. So that's when it comes to the really big scene that leads to him turning into the villain he is. And that is when he's invited by his father into his father's tent. And his father starts explaining how he's going to be dying soon, and he needs to have someone inherit the Roman Empire. And his mind is like, okay, I'm your heir. I'm going to totally be able to take this. And he's like, I'm going to have Maximus take over because I don't feel like you're ready yet. And at first, Commodus is like, okay, that makes sense. He's like he's quiet. He doesn't speak that much. And then he freaks out. He starts crying at his dad, and he's saying like, why? After all I did, all the effort I put in, I tried my best to make you love me. I tried my best, and all you're gonna do is just always turn to that guy instead. Not even your own flesh and blood. You're gonna turn away from me to him. You see, as in a way, this is his moment of, he's like pouring his heart out to his dad. But you also see in that moment is when he's coming up with a plan of what he needs to do before his dad can get a chance to. So he's like trying to drag his father in closer to him, and then at the last minute he kills his dad, thus being able to, before his dad got the chance to announce this as his living son and heir to the throne, before the Emperor could change it, he was dead. Thus Commodus was able to take over the throne. One of the first things he does is he tries to get Maximus executed, and it doesn't work. So thus, he turns and he kills Maximus's family. And now you see he has the power of the whole Roman army on his side now. He has his whole will set on, out of everything in this world, I want Maximus's head. I want him dead. So there's an aspect of him as an individual person. You see later on that he's really good at, he's also good at fighting too. But one thing what makes this guy so intimidating is that he also has the power of the Roman army on his side. And Maximus has none of it. So thus, that's what makes him really intimidating, is not that he's by himself being an intimidating villain, but it's his whole army that makes him intimidating. So what we can learn from this is, when setting up your villain, you give them motivation to why they are doing what they're doing, and lead it into, this is why they're doing it. And you see the pure evil in them through this. And you understand that they'll do anything in their power to get the way they want. And by showing their powerful army behind them, as I will talk about in our next recap on Darth Vader and how he's not well set up as a villain, the army behind the person builds up this enemy. If the army behind them are not intimidating one bit, as you have with some of the Avengers CGI armies, they're not that intimidated by themselves, because you don't really see them kill anyone. The same way with this, you see the intimidation by, even when you set up in the opening scene, right? You think like you're just setting up Maximus's power, and you show how he's a good fighter and all, but you're also showing how powerful the Roman army is. So you're setting up the villain's army when you're setting up the hero, thus making it an extra layer. So guys, that's the big thing we can learn from this. So guys, tell me your thoughts below. Have you guys seen Gladiator? I've talked about this movie before on my channel, besides just with the educational stuff. I've talked about how I'm a really big fan of this movie. I own the movie. It's an awesome movie. Tell me your thoughts if you have seen this movie. Tell me your thoughts if you agree with what I'm saying, or if you disagree, please comment below why and explain. Anyways, guys, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It will help the channel a lot. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Movie Night Reviewer, Peter Ware, signing off.